Remember last time in that video I don't remember where I said, as long as Valve doesn't mess with the AK-47 and the M4, we'd all be okay? Well, they messed with the AK-47 and the M4. Here's what they did. Greetings, TheWarOwl greets you. We just had a major change to the very basic shooting mechanics of Counter-Strike. Previously, when you shot in Counter-Strike, it would increase the inaccuracy variable, making you shoot all wonky-like. There was a static variable called recovery time for both standing and crouching that denoted how long it took for your inaccuracy to go away. Hence why your inaccuracy would go down faster when crouch shooting. This is the only thing that they've changed, the recovery time. The inaccuracy caused by shooting weapons, moving, and doing anything like that is all the same. They've added a new variable to the mix and performed the calculations in a new way. The AK-47 and the M4s have new variables for recovery time and recovery time final. You can think of recovery time as the minimum decay in inaccuracy, and recovery time final as the maximum decay in inaccuracy. When shooting, the recovery time is now variable based on how many shots you fired, instead of previously where it was static all around. If you understand calculus, think of the previous recovery time variable as change in accuracy over time. Now we have a new calculation being done, so you have a change in accuracy over time. To compare, the recovery time final values are higher than the previous recovery time values, and the new recovery time values are lower than the previous recovery time values. This means that at the start of your spray, the inaccuracy will go up much slower, but at the peak, it's now more inaccurate than previously. In layman's terms, tap shooting and burst firing are both more effective. Tap shooting more effective because the inaccuracy goes down much faster when you aren't shooting automatic. Burst firing has become more effective because the base recovery time value is lower for the first few shots. However, spraying is now less effective because the maximum inaccuracy value is now much higher. In esports terms, Valve buffed Scream and nerfed Get Right. From Valve's graph, we can see that after 5 shots with the AK-47 while spraying, it becomes less accurate than before the update. So to fully understand where we stand with the rifles right now in regards to standing shots, I took a trip to the firing range we created for our How to 1Dig video and did the same experiment with the AK-47 and the M4A4. The results were inconclusive, but I did notice a strange anomaly. When the shots hit, they hit. They were dead center, even at the very longest of distances. And when they were off, well, there were no near misses. They were very far off. I believe this is completely intentional and by design, so that you're never too far away to land an accurate shot. There's never going to be a distance where you just can't hit the opponent. This is of course just the tap shot potential of the weapons, not tap firing. Here we're looking at precision, not accuracy, and nothing at all has changed with precision after this update. If I ran this experiment before the update, it would look the exact same. I also noticed that the M4A4 was surprisingly precise, where the AK-47 was all over the place. But keep in mind that you only have to land 1 headshot with the AK-47, where you have to land 2 with the M4A4. I'm assuming this discrepancy exists to somewhat balance the weapons. If you're landing 1-taps with the AK-47 at distances of A sight to pit on Dust 2, you're a lucky guy. This also means that you'll need to be throwing multiple rounds down range to really do anything in this game. And of course, we have 3 different ways to do that. Spraying, which is full auto, just holding down the left mouse button. Bursting, which is full auto for a few seconds and then resetting accuracy. And tap shooting, which is semi-automatic, clicking the left mouse button for each shot and resetting accuracy after each shot by a certain amount. It's generally accepted that you spray at close range, burst at medium range, and tap at long range. And this update only reinforced this. It does come down to personal preference though, and there's nothing wrong with tap shooting at medium range, and there's nothing wrong with bursting at long range. So at what distance would you tap dat? At all distances, I found a burst fire with my own level of skill resulted in a guaranteed hit on a stationary target, whereas when I tap shot 3 rounds, I only managed to hit 50% of the time. This is personal to me. Some people are going to be better at tap shooting, some people are going to be better at spray control. I recommend practicing, trying out bursting and tapping for yourself to determine which works best for you. The M4A4, because of its strong precision with the new update resetting accuracy faster, is probably better to tap shoot with at long distances, so I will recommend learning to tap shoot with the M4. Inaccuracy caused by jumping has also changed as a result of this, since for some reason the decay in inaccuracy is calculated by using the same recovery time values. When you hit the jump key in Counter-Strike, you get inaccuracy as if you'd fired your weapon, but multiplied. Contrary to what many think, as I showed in my How to Jump Scout video, it doesn't matter where you are in your jumping arc or if you're falling or whatever, none of that causes inaccuracy. The only thing that causes the inaccuracy is when you hit that spacebar or mouse wheel down. Let's say you're playing Counter-Strike and you fall into the pit from 300. If you fall long enough, you could shoot just as well as if you were standing still on solid ground, which is how jump scouting works in the first place, because of the very low recovery time values for the scout in particular compared to the other weapons. Now let's test how this works with the new AK-47 and M4. The M4A4 was surprisingly good at jump shooting on the way down from a jump. This can be useful if an enemy is on low health and you decide to jump around a corner to body shot them, as if you were using an SMG. The AK-47 was very inaccurate while jumping. However, when I attempted to spray with it and control while jumping, I could actually land a headshot on the target about half the time at very close distances. You're not going to be able to land boom headshot jump scouts with the AK-47 and the M4, but it's important to realize that jumping with the weapons doesn't completely destroy your accuracy. I still recommend never jumping while engaging with these weapons, except in very specific circumstances, such as the enemy has 10 health left and you're jumping from CT spawn to hit them on a site. Sorry kids, no kuklis with the AK-47. If you land it, you're just super lucky. I played with the new update for a bit, and here are my opinions on it. I love it. I absolutely adore it. Valve has been trying to do this for a while, and I feel like they finally got it right, in a way that doesn't completely disrupt play. One thing that has always bugged me about CSGO was the prevalence of spray play, that strafing back and forth and spraying was the ideal way to play because of the high acceleration values in movement and difficulty in tap and bursting comparatively to spraying. I believe this change has alleviated some of these concerns. Now they just have to work on the movement. They are probably going to push this change to all the other weapons if it works out, which could effectively nerf the SMGs, right after I made my tutorial, of course. I do think that with this change, it's not going to be incredibly noticeable, giant changes in play styles of players. I don't think the pros are going to be super affected by this. However, I do expect to see more of a focus on tap shooting, because you can tap shoot very quickly now and still remain accurate. Tap shoot at long distance, burst at medium, and spray at close. I feel like this change improves the skill ceiling and makes the game more enjoyable for people who value good aim. You will, however, need to relearn the spray patterns for the AK and the M4s and practice the new tap firing speed. My brain is old and molded and doesn't want to try the new way of playing, but you still have hope. You, the younger and fertile generation, can make Counter-Strike great again. Go for the one-taps, and they will know you for your one-taps. I'm TheWarOwl, and I still have no closer. It's Pikachu! Oh, they're already out!